Good morning. So, welcome to my 84th day of 2774. Yesterday was tough. Today I'm gonna have to make up something. I think I have to come to the realization that with my new schedule, and as far as at the end of the night, me having to do prep work for my box meals delivery, my HelloFresh delivery, me cooking at night, when I get done with my gig work, I'm gonna have to just come to the realization that I have to do that, and it's just gonna cut back if I can't make haste and with my gig work in a quick enough time period, between when I get off my full time, between like 1 and 2, and then jump to my gig work between 2 and 9:30, 7 hours, 6.5, 7 hours. I gotta make it work. I gotta. What it's gonna come down to is I'm gonna have to be very, very strategic on what runs I take. If I get out there out of my full time late, usually I can do some smaller runs, but I'm gonna have to start looking for maybe bigger runs right off the bat. And some of that stuff is unpredictable, though, guys. So you can't predict. Like we talked about one of my segments yesterday is, hey, you can't predict when people are going to order or how they're going to order, or if they're going to order at all, right? So that business is sort of unpredictable. Even though it's going to come eventually, you don't know when, and you can't. That's why I always tell people, I've had people ask. I've talked to people over the years about this. It's like, hey, man, I always advise you guys to have a full-time job, because even though the gig work, and this is where I am down here in Omaha, the gig work is very, very prosperous. You still have to have a full-time, have guaranteed, right? Nothing's guaranteed, right? So that's what it comes down to. All right, guys, hold on. I'm gonna order me some coffee here.
Hi, welcome back to McDonald's. Will you be using the mobile app today?
I do a medium coffee, 3 and 3.
Anything else?
That's it.
152, please.
So yeah, guys, that's what it's going to come down to, and I have to figure that out somehow. Thank you. So, like I said, it's going to have to be a in and out, get my orders done, get home. Between 9 and 9:30. Like last night, I got home a little later than that, which pushed my night back. So it all coordinates together. It pushed my night back, which means that messes up, of course, my sleep routine, which I don't have already. I'm struggling with that as well. So there are some challenges, man. There are some challenges today. Hopefully today will be a better day, and so I'm all excited about it. I'm pushing forward, guys. I'm pushing forward. I always told you, like I said before, it's gonna be some L's. It's gonna be some mini L's and gonna be some L's. So now let's rise up for a W. Let's go do it. All right. Thank you. Coffee in hand, guys. Let's roll.
Attract these wealthy men, these boss men, because I'm a boss bitch myself. You don't attract them because you're wealth. Do you get the correlation?
We're going to come back to this because the spat is between, in her opinion, between chicks that are dusty and women that are upper echelon. And she's saying that it's not about money. In my personal opinion, and I can absolutely be wrong about this, and you guys let me know inside of the comments. And I always like to give credit to the content creators, so that link will be down in the description. It's always about the media.
Okay, guys, so I just got my schedule for today. It's going to be a longer route today than it was yesterday. got a longer stop and more stops today. So it's going to be a longer day. And then I have a meeting right after work with the manager on board here at this facility. So, and then get the gig work. So we'll see how this all turn out. Of course, I always have my coffee ready to go in the morning. But I think what I'm going to have to do, I thought about this too. I think what I'm going to have to do is, in my situation, I talked about the cooking situation at night when I get done with my gig work. Even though it's late, I'm cooking myself late dinners. And even for me cooking at all, guys, I mean, I'm like, I'm so far away from what I was doing when I had my daughter. We would cook. She would cook. I would cook. I'm so far away from that right now. Because I told you guys last night, I'm like, I get in that bad routine of being on the road and stopping and eating out all the time, right? Because I spend a majority of my life on the road. I mean, I wake up at 4:45 in the morning. I go to my gig work at clock in my gig work at clock in my full time at 6 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? And let me get it over here. So I clock in my full time at 6, get off at between 1 and 2, sometimes 2:30. Go to my gig work. Don't get home until, before I started my cooking experiment at home. I was getting home at 10:30. So, of course, you guys can see that don't allow too much time to, have dinner and then get to bed at a certain time, at a good, decent time. So, yeah, man, so I just got away from cooking. I had to change up my schedule, got to change up my routine. And of course, you guys know changing up routine is just like creating one, right? It's a process. It's a process. So I'm going through that process, man, and it's right now it's an experiment, and I'm like I said, I'm gonna take some mini L's. I'm gonna take some L's in that process. So I had to get myself used to that, right? But it takes away from my gig work as well. So I got to get that thing right. Got to get it right because I'm spending a lot of money. I looked at went over my budget last night. There's another L, right? Food budget. There's another L. And the overall budget, I didn't plan well, and I didn't. Usually during a March Madness, I would work a little bit more of March Madness week. I would work a little more. I didn't. I decided to take off the whole weekend, so I fell short on that as well. Fell short on my budget because one of my gig paychecks is going to be short. So those are all the things in my mind I'm thinking about. Short of my gig work, short of my budget this month. The eating situation, dinner situation, cooking situation, food budget, So, but I think what I'm going to have to do, getting back to it, before I went down that little tangent, what I'm going to have to do, I believe in the next few weeks, is to maybe next month I'll do a food budget challenge where I pick a spot in my food budget as far as the dollar figure goes. Pick a dollar figure, stay with it, and challenge myself to stay under that dollar figure, right? Challenge myself to stay under that food budget challenge. So right now I'm getting HelloFresh meal delivery, and I have to, of course, that's factored into my food budget, and I believe I can make it work better next month. Again, that's going to require me to scale back on, eating out, spontaneous purchases as far as food goes, for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I think this month was, off because, when I go out and do my March Madness, this weekend I got a little carried away with, having March Madness, quote unquote, food. So I'm gonna have to, for next month, I'm gonna have to scale back and look at that. Maybe, like I said, considering a food budget challenge for myself to get myself in gear. So that's where I'm at, man. Those kind of things I'm thinking, guys, in my mind, what I want to do. And so this is all the things that go through your mind when you're trying to strategize. You're working it all out as the facets of my life, what I'm trying to do right now. So that's where I'm at, man. You guys have any? I would love to get your suggestion. You guys have any thoughts? What I just mentioned to you guys? Any suggestions or any ways I can do things better? You think? Let me know.
Get to a certain space in your life, and this is supposed to be motivation for you guys. When you get to a certain space in your life, right, and you don't do anything illegal to get there, and you have good character along the way, you move like Superman because you have nothing holding you back.
About the middle of my route, guys, and I wanted to chime in, and as I go down the road here to my next stop, this is my longest stop here, so I'm headed there now, but I wanted to chime in, and like I said before, I listen to my YouTube guys. This is one of my guys I listen to, little younger guy, younger than me, but he's on point a lot of times. I don't agree with a lot of people, and there's really nobody I agree with 100%, but I agree with them some of the times, and he's one of the guys I agree with most of the time. So he's talking about putting yourself in a position of power, right? And you move. That's one thing I can say, and I'll chime in. Just feed something to you guys' ear. That as I think about that, as you move differently, as you become more financially literate, you become more financially equipped to handle your life as it comes. You're more financially equipped to handle Murphy's Law, and if something happens to you, you're more financially equipped to. That happens when life throw curveballs at you. You know what I'm saying? There is a difference. There's a difference how you carry yourself, and not to come at it like it's like you're cocky or you're arrogant or anything like that. It's just a way. Yeah, you feel like you got some super strength, some superhero to you because you move and your mannerisms is different. For me, that's how I feel. That's how I felt. So if you guys out there that are into my story, you're subscribed, you're following me in my journey and to better myself financially, I'm debt free. I've started myself on my journey to better myself financially. Since then, since I became debt free back in 2017, if you follow me, if you guys are in debt right now, just take some encouragement that it will get better if you put in your time, if you put in your due diligence, if you write down your goals, dreams, aspirations, and look at it every day, right? And not just look at it, visualize, dream, right? Because see, there's nothing wrong with dreaming, guys. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. Dreaming is great because that's going to inspire your motivation. That's going to inspire your inspiration. That's going to inspire your actions, right? That's going to inspire your actions to head to your dreams, right? Every day when you get down, right? When life throws curveballs at you, when Murphy's Law is nagging at you, right? He's following you around, right? Trying to see if you make a mistake. Those kind of things is going to power you to finish what you set out to do, which is increase your financial literacy, learn, and practice what you learn, and go after your dreams because this is possible in America. And I had to realize that, and you can do it. It's about step by step every day. And when you write this stuff down, you look at it and you go, you know what? It's possible. So let it be written. So let it be done. And when you look at your dreams and goals on paper, guys, hey, The next part of that is every day. The next part of that is writing what you're grateful for, because it's so easy to get caught up when you look at social media and look at the way things are in the world now. Was you're bombarded with stuff on TV and people you're around that losing with money. Not calling them losers, but they're losing with money. Okay, you're financial losers, right? So it's winners and losers. I mean, you got to call a spade where it is. I used to be that way. So don't be afraid to just call it out. Say it, right? I'm losing, right? I'm losing. I got to win, right? And so, not saying you're a loser personally, but that's how I was. I had to tell myself these things. I had to get on myself about that. I had to call it out. Don't be afraid to call yourself out. Don't be afraid to call it the way it is. And that includes people around you, right? But yeah, man, it's about understanding that you can, in the way this world works right now, but the way the world works in America's standpoint, from a United States standpoint, is, look, you can be dragged down. You can be, if you fall along with everybody else and fall along the sheep with everybody else, the group of everybody, what everybody else is doing, you can be dragged down. Your goals and dreams will be dragged down the drain, like you can, right? So don't let that happen, right? For me, man, I couldn't let it happen. One thing about I go back to my journey, and I don't advise anybody to do this without an accountability partner, but I did. I didn't have anybody. At the time, I was in Minnesota. My daughter had graduated high school back in 2008. And when 2013 came around, I was just on my own, making it happen, just doing my everyday life, without no financial literacy, right? So I started the process in 2013. I really didn't get into it until 2015, and that's when the epiphany happened. In 45 minutes in that mirror, that's when it happened. That's when I knew what I had to do, and then everything came so clear to me then. And but I still just did it on my own, and I relied on my spirits to guide me and help me as much as possible. I still didn't know. I still didn't recognize what was going on at the time, but I reached out to my brother toward the end of my journey to be debt free, and he kind of understood some things, not everything, but so I reached out to him, and he was my pseudo accountability partner in the end. But yeah, I did it on my own pretty much, so I would advise anybody to have an accountability partner. But if you can't find anybody that's 100% with you, if you reach out to somebody and they got negative Nancy's to say to you, or they got Debbie Downers to say to you, drop it, leave it alone, by yourself, right? So if you can't be 100% with anybody, go on your own, right? That's what I would say. But getting back to your dreams and goals and aspirations, and hey, it's like this, man. Don't forget what you're in it for. And I always tell you guys that it may seem like it's hard right now. You may think about to yourself, man, I got $20,000 more to pay off. This stuff is hard. It's difficult to even imagine me being debt free, and imagine me putting an emergency fund in place where I feel good about if something happens, if Murphy Law come calling or life throw curveballs at me. I can't even think about that, Kminustwo. I can't even. It's hard to even dream it. It's hard to even fathom it. It's hard to even think about having $10,000 in the bank, or in a money market account, or a high yield savings account, and I'm looking forward to my future into investing, or creating a business for myself, or reinvesting in myself, going back to school, or real estate, or business, or things of that nature. I would say again is, write it down, look at it every day, and don't be afraid to dream, and don't be afraid to call yourself out. When I'm going through this journey, guys, like I told you in my last video yesterday, or the day before, before, whatever it was, is that I'm going to be going through a lot of different things on my journey. I know there's going to be some L's. I already know. I'm anticipating it. But I'm not scared of it. Because when you come from where I come from, you look forward to it. Because I look forward to kicking obstacles' ass. I know obstacles are coming toward me. I know obstacles are coming to me. I know the obstacles are coming to me. I know they are coming to me. But I look forward to kicking their ass, right? As before, I shied away from obstacles. I shied away from things. I shied away from, the L's, right? I didn't want to go through it. I put my head in the sand, right? And now I'm looking forward to it because you know what? The confidence you build by overcoming obstacles to get to this point in my life, even achieving debt freedom, but you went past that wall, right? You knocked down that wall. You look forward to knocking down some more walls, right? Even though they're gonna come with obstacles, that's okay, right? Because the obstacles gonna make me. The obstacles gonna. I didn't know at the time, but the obstacles made me stronger. The obstacles, kicking down that wall of obstacles, made me a superhero. It gave me the muscles, the superhero muscles, right? To walk in a good space, in place where I am right now, right? I'm 57 now, and man, when I started this process, I was just turning 45. And it's hard to believe that your mindset changes. Your mindset changes, and the way you walk, the way you behave, the way you walk, the way you go through where you are in life changes, no matter what age you are. So a lot of you guys are younger than me. I'm encouraging you, man. Let my energy transfer to you. Let me what I'm going through transfer to you guys, right? Let me be the beacon for your energy vessel to propel you to a better future financially, financial literacy, and a better financially for you and your family. Okay, so a lot of you guys are younger than me. Let that be a lesson that what I learned, what I went through, right at 45 years old. I didn't start this process until I was 45 years old. Let that be energy. Grab my energy and feed it to yourself, and let that propel you guys to your debt-free journey. And not only that, but your journey financially for your lives for the future. Let that benefit you and your family, you and your kids, you and your mom, your dad, you and your mom, your single mother that strive to get you where you need to be. Let that be your energy source. Okay. What I say all that to say this, that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this, okay? To get back, right? To get back. And the people I get back to, the people who are rocking and following with me, and that's you guys, right? So join this journey. I promise you that I'm gonna give out my energy, my due diligence, my intentionality to get where I'm going, right? This journey is called my $500,000 ticket challenge. $500,000 challenge in 7 years to accumulate the $500,000 net worth in 7 years. For a lot of you, that's not going to seem like a lot. For some of you, it may seem like a pretty good net worth. All right? Don't think of it as a number. Think of it as your everyday, you doing your due diligence. You doing your daily habits, right? That's what this is all about, man. How long can you consistently do that consistent habit every day to reach your goal? That's what it's all about, right? That's what it's all about. And that's what it comes down to. That's what I really want to exhibit for you guys. My daily habit. You're gonna have some L's, you're gonna have some mini L's, like we talked about before. That's okay, right? But can you get back up and keep fighting, right? I'm from the hood. I grew up on welfare, right? I'm not scared of anything, right? I'm not scared of anything. And that's part of what this does for you guys. It gives you that sense of power. It gives you that sense of empowerment. And believe me, this financial journey I'm on right now has more than anything in my life. I'm a former football player. I've been through the trenches, okay? I've been through the trenches. I know what it's like to go after things. I know what it's like to work hard. I know what it's like to work hard and overcome things. My welfare background and getting out of the hood and playing ball and going through college, letting that playing football, getting a football scholarship, propelling me through college. I know what it's like to rise up. I know what it's like to take to another level, right? And so let that be you guys' energy as well. Let that be your energy, right? And so I'm not scared of what's coming to me. I'm going to have my struggles. I'm going to have a time where I get tired. You guys are going to see that. I'm going to express that. I'm going to talk to you guys about that. I'm going to be transparent about that. But I'm not going to shy away from it. I'm not going to shy away from what's coming to me, right? And as I talk to you guys now, I'm tired, right? But I can't sit back and wait and let that overcome me, right? I can't sit back and know that the reason why I'm, because I'm tired, I can't go after what I'm trying to do right now, right? I ain't got time for all that. I gotta take care of this now, right? So I just want to put all that stuff in you guys' ear, man, and to know that if you need help along my journey, you're welcome to reach out to me. And don't be afraid to reach out. Don't suffer in silence, because that's what I did. I think some of that was some, independent type of guy. I want to do things on my own. It was me against the world, because I feel like that's my mindset, that's my mentality, because of what transpired. And I'll talk more about that as I go along with my other videos, as I go through this 2,774 year challenge or day challenge. But yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. I offer my wisdom, my experience to you guys. You reach out to my personal email, and I always will have that down in the description box for you if you want help with your budget, if you help with your mindset, you need help with accountability partner, man. Don't be afraid. Just don't be afraid. The reason why I get back is I want you guys to hear this, because know that someone's out here for you. Someone's out here you can reach out to. For me, I didn't have that. And it was great for me to do it on my own, but I look back again, it's very difficult to do it on your own. You don't have no other opinion, other sidebar opinion, someone to talk in your ear about, encourage me and give you some perspective, you know what I'm saying? I had to be my own perspective, right? I had to be my own accountability partner, right? And so don't forget that. That's of all the things I'm talking about today, I want you guys to understand the aspects how I'm coming to you, right? And yeah, man, you're gonna get a lot of my perspectives. You're gonna get a lot of where my mindset is when I'm out here on my runs here, my deliveries, my routes, doing my full-time job here and my gig work. So I just want you guys to, understand where I'm coming from, and to feed some things in your ear, right? So again, these are kind of things I think about when I have my guys I listen to my guys on YouTube that I listen to. Like I said, there's probably anywhere from 5 to 6 of them that I listen to on a routine basis. Maybe not a daily basis anymore, but a weekly basis. That I can get all 5 or 6, 7 of them in that I listen to. And I'll leave you guys with this as well, is that, man, it's great to change your perspective in life. And you change your perspective by, changing the people you listen to, you hang around, right? Because that's going to be a major, I can't even emphasize how major that is. I can't even emphasize how major that is. And of all the things we just talked about, that's going to be a huge one right there. That's going to be a big one. It's who you listen to, who you choose to get information into your ear with, right? Who you tend to gravitate to. That's going to be huge. And that's a big part of this whole thing, because the energy you're around feeds your energy. The energy you're around feeds your goals and dreams. The energy you're around is going to feed your energy to propel you to your destiny, right? Wherever that may be, right? Whether it's $100,000 net worth, $500,000 net worth, $750,000 net worth, $1 million, $2 million, $10 million, whatever it may be. I'm not stopping you guys from, gravitate toward my goal. My goal may be different than your goal, which is fine, right? So don't look at it as, I don't want you guys to look at it as just a monetarily figure. It's all about who you hang around with, your goals and dreams. It's going to feed your goals and dreams. It's also, what you put into it is going to feed your goals and dreams. And that you're going to need all the help you can get to stay away from people who's going to, the downtrodden, your goal, right? Take away from you and your spirit, right? Because you're going to need all your spirit in this process. And I know I did. I'm still going to need my spirit to get through this process. I still got things to do. And I'm very careful and very intentional who I bring into my life, and what I listen to, what I choose to gravitate to as far as listening to. And so that's why I listen to my guys on the radio, or YouTube, because it keeps me focused. It keeps me not only just focused, but it keeps me being intentional with my goals and where I want to go right now. And I'm not going to deviate from that, right? And so it's very important. But okay, guys, so I just want to get that to you into your ear, man. And hey, like I say, onward and upward, right? So here I go. Go ahead and finish this up, man, and I'm going to head on back. Okay, guys, I am back. It's about the time I thought I would get back, close to around 1:30. Now I have to go in and talk to the boss guy. It's quote unquote raise time, I think. Nah, no raise, just merit increases, right? We get those confused, right? No, it may be a little bump up in pay, but it's for your merit increase throughout the year, for the year. Your merit increase, not a raise. Raise is a bonus for you, for the hard work you've been doing, the good work you've been doing. This is just a merit increase. We'll see how it goes. I'll get with you guys after. One of my problems is I hate when people at work put out candy, because I feel like I have to, like, I'm obligated to grab some. It's just licorice, but I still gotta grab some. Like, dude, you don't have to grab candy every time somebody put out a bowl. Hey guys, so I got my first Spark delivery for today. A little more than yesterday. This one is $54. A longer route, though. What's going on with these longer routes? I got a longer route going to the Elkhorn area, which you guys don't know about that, but let's just say that's far west. And I'm over here on the other side of the river. That's east side of the river and west side of the river. I'm on the east side of the river now, and I have to go far west, my last stop. So it's going to be fun. So right now I'm at my niece's place, and I'm writing out her birthday card. And I also give them, all my nieces and nephews, a little ching-ching, little change. But when I do that, though, I always try to attempt to write out something on their birthday card. What can I write to my niece today? I like to, you know, have something a little catchy. I always write them out a little something, right? So either there's something in their, where they are in development in their lives, or what age and space, place they're in their lives, or if they're going through something, or if they're getting ready to accomplish something. I try to put something in there where it's centered around all that. So, what age and space she's at right now in her life, right? So I'm going to put down something like, happy birthday. Something like, the world can be, enjoy your great day. Enjoy enjoy what could I write? Have a wonderful, wonderful, joyous celebration of your birthday today. The world can be a cruel place. Jealous people will attempt to take away your joy and your achievements. But the quest I have for you is, you don't take away your own achievement. That's what I'm going to do. Hey. What's going on, man?
Oh, dude, just gonna work, man.
You just got off work?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to work at 2 o'clock.
We got off work early today because it's spring break, so we're going early today.
Okay. All right.
Don't really get out early, so.
Okay. I'm just writing my girl's birthday present.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah, man. I'll give it to you in a second here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, all right, Moose.
All right.
Okay, so this is what I wrote my niece. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day. The world can be a cruel place. Things can happen out of your control. And there are people out there who want to take away from your joy and your achievements. My request of you, don't let that happen. Take control of your happiness. There you go, guys. So I try to mix it up a little bit and give my nieces and nephews, you know, something to think about, right? There you have it. Yes, there you go. Boom. Always put the money in there, right? All right, on to drop this off and then on to my pickup at Spark. Hey, how you doing, bro? All right.
Your destination is on the right.
Assets to build your wealth. Well, guys, today was a good day. It was a green day in the stock market, and a lot of y'all are asking, well, golly, man, what happened from Friday of last week to today? On Friday, the market was dumping, sea of red. Today, all of a sudden, the market is rallying. Anytime 47 talks about pulling back those tariffs and softening the tariffs, the market goes up. Anytime he wants to roll them out full steam ahead and make more.
All right, 5:01, done with that run. So checking in back in the Spark and see if I can do another quick run real quick. I'm out here out west. Typically, I don't like to be out here, this location, but we're gonna run with it today and see what I can come up with. I may be going to a different Walmart out here if an order comes up. They're gonna probably point me to a Walmart out here in this location. We'll see what happens. So what happens, they send you somewhere, your last stop, maybe a spot where you don't typically end with. And in this particular case, it's out west. I like to be on the other side of the river, but you got to roll with it, roll with the punches. That's what you have to do. So see what happens, see what I can come up with here. Yesterday was really slow. Yesterday was slow, and today, I'm not sure if the orders are picking up or coming out better than yesterday, but it don't seem like it for right now, but we'll see what I can come up with here. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing the first 2 days of the week here, Monday and today. I've been doing some long runs. Typically, you want to get your stops out of the way, and you have shorter runs where you can get done with it and get back and pick up orders real fast. But this one, these 2 days, boy, oh boy, they sending me some long runs here. So let's see what's going on. But all in all, if I can pick up another run, I'm not sure if I can, if it stays like this, I'm gonna have a hard time picking up my $100 on this Spark app before I switch over to GoPuff. But this is where it's at right now, guys. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I think we can make it happen. 5 o'clock. I usually switch over to GoPuff around between 6 and 7, but we'll see what happens. All right. All right, so this is the tough part. I came back into the city a little bit from being out west just to put myself in a more of a central location to pick up orders. I'm still doing the Spark app, but it's a little after 5 o'clock, in between 5 and 6. That's when it gets tricky for me. Mainly because if no orders are coming through, I have to make a decision, you know. I have to make a decision with how long do I sit, and how long do I sit before I go to GoPuff, you know. So right now I got to my location here. I've been sitting for what, 10, 15 minutes here. And so I have to make that decision. Any later, if it gets closer and closer to 6 o'clock, I have to make a decision to scrap Spark and switch over to GoPuff.
Million. Ricky Smiley over 3 million. Magic Johnson over 2 million. I mean, a lot of these videos have gone viral and had viral moments. Nothing is caught viral like this.
Right.
This is what's upsetting them, because first of all, he wasn't going to go on it because they don't know. He doesn't want to be. He wants to have a conversation. He says, "You've allowed everybody else to come up here and say their piece."
Yeah.
The hardest thing for me, Ocho, as the interviewer, was the way he started. My thing was, do I interrupt it and get this thing back on track, or do I let him go?
See, when you're interviewing somebody like that, and with the safe place that you do call it, the fact that it's Cat Williams or Cedric the Entertainer, or any of these polarizing, iconic figures, you have to let them get their piece and say what they need to say.
You know, I will say that as black people, we have to do better. We have to do better in our interrelationships, relationships with ourselves, and we're trying to get ahead in life financially. You can see it all around, right? We just have to do better, right? And it don't stop with the influence, right? It don't stop with the people who are popular, right? It don't stop with the popular crowd, right? It don't start with the influence, right? There's a class system in America. It don't stop there, right? You can go down each class level, right? And I'll say the same thing. Black folks need to do better, right? I don't care if you're poor, so-called middle class, or so-called wealthy or rich. Black folks need to do better in how we look at ourselves and how we even treat each other, right? So the crab in a bucket mentality exists, right? When you say that, the crab in a bucket mentality exists, you think that you're just talking about poor people, right? You just talking about people in the hood, not want to get out of the hood, right? Sure, that's been the mantra of when we think about that. When you say, crab in a bucket mentality, that's what we think about. I think that's what comes to most people's mind first, right? You not wanting to see somebody leave misery, right? Not want to see somebody get out of the hood, for example, right? But as you can tell, and as I can tell, as I go through life, man, it's all over us, right? The crab in the bucket mentality is just everywhere. Through all our black folks' class systems, right? No matter if you're wealthy or you're poor or you're middle class, right? And as a whole, black folks represent. I'm just talking about. Now we can go all down the list of, physical health, mental health, spiritual health, and how that affects us overall. But I want to talk about this building wealth thing. I want to talk about this financial thing, financial literacy thing, right? In terms of financially, black folks represent 3 to 4% of the wealth in this country, right? And as a whole, we can never get ahead with this kind of mentality, right? Not want to see somebody else. We just cannot see somebody else get ahead, right? And that bugs the hell out of me, man. Let me give you guys something that happened to me, right? I worked my ass off, right? I worked my ass off to put money away. Now, mind you, you guys know that you've been following me long enough. You know that I got debt free back in 2017. I've been working on building my wealth, right? Working on my whys, working on my dreams and goals and aspirations, right? There's a lot of whys associated with that, right? Why I'm doing this, right? For myself. But as far as my Egypt trip, I put a lot of work into that, right? Because you had to save money to get there. You had to put money away. You had to plan accordingly, right? It was the following year. Well, the previous year you had to put your plans in place, right? And so, what I say that to say this: it took a lot of work for me. I can't speak for you guys. I can't speak for some of you guys out there. Maybe in a better potential financial situation better than me, right? When you get your mind right and your finances right, you guys may do better than me financially if you're structured and taking care of your business, right? Your financial business. Well, for me, it meant a lot for me to go to Egypt. I spent time with my family, my brother over there. But anybody know my story know it was more to the trip for me than that. It was to honor my people, honor my ancestors for a variety of reasons, right? And so it was a very spiritual thing for me. And I can go into a lot of that in another video. But if I tell you, for me to work hard to get there, I meant that, right? It took a lot of work for me to stay on my grind, what I'm doing right now, but also put my money away for that, right? And it was a great trip for many different reasons, right? For me, I was able to honor my uncle. I was able to honor my ancestors, my grandfather, and I tell you what, we did some group things over there, but I had to get to myself to have that moment with myself. I had to have that moment with myself. I really did. Because that was a moment for myself. And to have that spiritual moment in my cabin, right? And when I get back over here, I put something on Facebook about my Egypt trip, and I'm saying something to the effect of it was a great trip, and showing my pictures and whatnot, my videos and whatnot. And of course it happened, right? Of course it happened. Somebody jumped on my Facebook page saying this and that and the other about the what I put on my Facebook. I think I said something about the land of kings or something to that effect. And of course, some black chick jumps on there talking about, black people shouldn't be honoring Egypt and the kings over there wasn't this, wasn't that. They just can't help. We just can't help ourselves, right? And I don't even know what she said. It was a bunch of mumbo jumbo, speaking of the Bible and shit like that. Man, I ain't got time to hear about none of that kind of stuff, man. I ain't got time to hear it. Ain't got time to be around it, right? It's that downward, downtrodden, negative Nancy's, negative Nancy's and, the downtrodden, right? And it's just what we are all about in this country. It's where we are as black people. And I can't help them. And, people like that, I can't help. I can't help them. It is sad. It really is. Okay. As far as where I'm at, I'm not sure yet. I have to look and see. I know I'm going on a delivery right now. When I get done with this one, I'll see where I'm at, what my total is. What I've done so far, I doubt that I'm at the $100 mark, but we'll see where I am. But I don't know. I might have to make an executive decision tonight, guys, because cutting it short and going home and having a little din-din may have to redo that schedule. I might have to stay out here a little later tonight to catch up. Remember last night I didn't do so well either. I didn't get my goal. So these nights work like that, man. And this business works like that, and sometimes you're playing catch up. You want to catch up. You want to do better the next night so you can kind of make up for what you didn't do the night before, So that's where I am. So I'm going to have to change up my schedule and make that executive decision. And I'm close to making that decision. It's about 8. What time is it? About 8:20 now. So might have to stay out here another hour and see what I can do to make that up. I want to have a really big week this week. Last week was slow because of the tournament, and I decided to take some time off for that. So gonna have to make it up somehow. Might as well do it now. and I'll have to possibly grab a bite on the road here tonight, and that's where I'm at. That executive decision I made to stay out a little longer on GoPuff, hoping that I would generate close to my goal of $100. Didn't work out too well at all. So here's what I got: a total of $60, guys, tonight, and you can see my total for 2 days. That's pretty bad. My goal for every time I go out and do my gig apps, whether it be Spark or GoPuff, is $100 on each one. And you guys can see I'm hurting at GoPuff. Only a 2-day total of 110, excuse me. That's pretty bad. That means I'm $90 short for 2 days. I'm going to have to make up sometime this week. Now, it's not out of the ordinary where I'm going to have these kind of 2-night totals. It happens. But you know, again, Spark is down to, I mean, today I got 50 in Spark today, which is 50 short of my goal of 100. So it happens, you know, it happens. So it's a pretty sad 2-day total, man. I'm gonna have to make it up sometime this week. And like I said, I decided to stay out. It's about 10:12 right now, p.m. A little later, I got to get home. Of course, I can't cook tonight. That's gonna be too late. So I stopped and grabbed some Panda Express. Are you guys familiar with Panda Express? Do you have that in your city? One of my favorite places to stop at. Grab me a little compound bowl, and that's going to have to do it tonight for dinner. And it's just too late. So I'll get to the house tonight, tidy up, get some things ready for work tomorrow, and shower up and look over some things and get myself to bed. And by the time I do all that, it's going to be close to midnight. All right, guys. So again, disappointing night, man. We've had these good weeks. We've had these slow weeks. And this week has turned out to be a slow week so far. We'll see what happens with the rest of the week. But I got 4 more days to get it right and catch up a little bit. I want to have a good week this week. Last week was a short week, slow week. So I don't know if it wasn't a slow week. It was just a down week because I didn't work as much as I usually do because of the tournament. I took off that time. But we're gonna try to make it up this week. And we're gonna go after tomorrow and see what happens. All right, guys. So going home, headed home. Okay, guys. So it's approaching 11 o'clock. I'm at home now. I'm gonna go ahead and tidy it up and get ready for work tomorrow morning. Got an early start again. So I wanted to talk with you guys. I know I talked a little bit about that earlier today, but I done a video for you guys on this, but I don't know what I did with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you guys about this as far as my meal plans. So I did order, I'm gonna show you guys this. I ordered HelloFresh. I got a subscription to HelloFresh, the meal delivery place, and they send out, just briefly, I'll talk to you guys about this. They send out prepared meals. All the ingredients are prepared, sent to you. So the ingredients are sent to you. You just have to prepare them all. You know, you got to do your prep work as far as produce and you know, things of that nature. You know what? I mean, I've tried this. This is what I was supposed to have tonight before I did my executive decision, before I changed my plans. So this is what I was supposed to have tonight. It looks pretty good. I mean, sweet chili pork and cabbage stir fry, cherry balsamic chicken. That's pretty good. I've had this cheesy mash burger. That's pretty good. And I've had this crispy maple chicken. So, I mean, I got to say, it's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. I mean, I like HelloFresh. I tried their sister company. It's called Factor. And I didn't like that too much. I mean, they had prepared, ready, microwave meals. And it just didn't do for me. It didn't do nothing for me. There was one meal in there that I liked, but all the rest of them I didn't like. I mean, I had a refrigerator of dinners in there, guys, after 2 weeks, and I just knew I had to change up and And so I went with HelloFresh. And what I like about that is, again, everything's here for you. It comes to you. Now you have to prepare it. I mean, that's the only thing about it. You have to prepare it, which means you have to do your prep work. For me, I did my prep work Sunday. It took for all the meals, it took about 40 minutes, 45 minutes to do all my prep work for all these 4 meals here. And then when it came down to time to get home at night after my gig work, all I had to do was, turn the oven on, turn the stove on, and get my pots and pans and go to it, right? And just add in the little, follow the instructions and add the little ingredients here and there. So, but I like it, man. I mean, I like it. I like HelloFresh. Later on, though, I'll get you guys when I'm going to go through budgeting with you guys as I go throughout this thing and talk to you about numbers and stuff like that more and more and more. I'm going to talk to you about the price of this thing and how much it's costing me, this subscription, and how that factors into my monthly goal. And again, we know that the food budget is my main thing right now, guys. It's killing me, and it's my challenge. It's definitely my struggle right now. I'm on a struggle bus on that, and it's definitely a challenge going forward. So we'll see how this whole thing work out. But I just wanted to show you guys that and going forward. Okay, all right, guys. I'm moving on my night. Tied up some things, and you're ready for work tomorrow. Good to have you guys rolling along with me, okay? You guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow on the goal to 2774, all right? Take care.